Olive Union released their new Olive Pro Smart Hearing Aid Earbuds on the 23rd of August, and in this video I'm going to cover everything that you need to know about them. I'm Matthew Allsop, and this channel covers hearing health updates, tech news and reviews, and how-to guides. So if you're interested in hearing as best as possible, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that grey notifications bell, and you'll be updated every time I release a new video. Coming in at $299, they are a little on the dear side for just a set of earbuds. But are they just a set of earbuds? Olive Union are claiming that they can also help to manage a mild to moderate hearing loss, and so hopefully by the end of this video you'll have a better understanding as to whether it's worth that price tag. The previous product by Olive Union, the Olive Smart Ear, was a single ear hearing aid / earbud, which promised a lot but didn't deliver much. So I'm hoping that with this new product by them, they've actually learned a lot from their mistakes and they've taken a step forward. This year with crowdfunding, Olive Union raised $2.1 million for this project, and they're promising three things from it. Firstly, as a set of wireless earbuds. Secondly, as a set of hearing aids for a mild to moderate hearing loss. And then finally, for hearing protection. In the box, which is simple, precise and smart, you get the instruction manual, the charging and storage case with the Olive Pros inside, ready with the medium-sized urethane tips already clipped on. There are 4 other size tips ready to be changed for your ear canal size, and a USB-C charging cable. My first interesting observation is that they've gone away from the original in-ear earbud style of headphone that they had with their original model and gone for a classic earphone style, meaning that the stem of the headphone sits next to the earlobe. Apart from the incredibly successful Apple AirPods, this style isn't too popular. The positives of this style does mean that as they don't block your ears fully, it gives you a better awareness of environmental sounds, so you hear more ambient noise around you, and they're a little bit more comfortable for extended use. Because they sit slightly further away from your eardrum, they can technically create a slightly wider soundstage, which is perceivable when you've got them in your ears. And you're a little bit less likely to suffer with occlusion, which is really important with this style of hearing aid. Whilst all of the aforementioned points do sound positive, they do come with their negatives too. If you've got a hearing aid which is slightly looser in the ear canal, it means it might be difficult for them to reproduce the bass-like sounds in music reproduction, and if they're attempting to compensate for any degree of low frequency hearing loss with the hearing aid side of things, they'll struggle to do so. For those of you interested in figures and technical specifications, here's a bit of information on what the Olive Pros can produce. The case itself gives 3 full charges, and with each charge you'll get up to 7 hours of battery life. My only issue with this is if you do adopt these as hearing aids, of course if you're starting wearing a hearing aid at 8 o'clock in the morning, you don't want it to be dead by 3 in the afternoon, whereas any actual digital hearing aid that's out there at the moment will give you around about 24 hours of battery life per charge. They were originally supposed to have wireless charging, however due to inconsistency in the results, it's one of the things that Olive Union pulled last minute. The case itself has a sleek white LED on the outside showing how much charge is left inside the charger. The Olive Pros are suitable with both iOS and Android devices, and the pairing process is really simple with some on-screen instructions. There are 2 pairing processes necessary. First of all with the phone itself using standard Bluetooth pairing, and then second of all using the My Olive app. Once paired, there are further on-screen instructions in terms of how to calibrate your Olive Pro hearing aids. Firstly, it starts off with ear tip selection, and it recommends finding the ear tips which are a nice snug fit. Removing and replacing the ear tips is also a really simple process as well. They just pull off and push back on. The on-screen quick start guide then runs through insertion, how to use the tap control, which is fully customizable in the app, and the hearing health screen, which allows you to monitor your exposure to loud sounds both through the headphones and from the environmental noise around you. The app then moves directly from the demo to the built-in hearing test. In total, the testing process took around about 5.5 minutes, which is exactly what it says in the app. It tested 9 different frequencies, starting off with them being quite loud and moving down in terms of volume. It starts off with the lower frequencies and then moves up to the higher frequencies. One of my initial observations was that I heard a clicking sound with all the low frequency sounds as well. So if you're doing the test, make sure you press the button for the beeps rather than for the clicking sound that you might perceive. Now for the results. Well,
they kind of confused me.
So first of all, here's a copy of my hearing test results with medical grade audiological equipment. And as you can see, I've got normal hearing across all frequencies. Anything above 20 is within normal limits. To compare, here are the first set of hearing test results that I did with the Olive Pros. And as you can see, based on standard audiological data, I have a moderate hearing loss in the low frequencies and a mild hearing loss in the high frequencies. To jump back to one of the things that I mentioned before, with this style of headphone, it's really important that we get a nice tight seal. Otherwise, the bass-like response will leak out of the ear. And I suspect that this is what happened when I did that initial hearing test. So to really test things properly, I put some tighter domes on the end, which were a little bit uncomfortable, and I jumped into a soundproof booth. So the listening and testing conditions couldn't have been better. And then, rather oddly, these were my second set of hearing test results. Now, I've always been slightly concerned about these self-fitting devices and testing your own hearing with them, not only due to the inaccuracies that you get when you're testing comparing to an audiogram, which these are also designed to have you not see an audiologist, but second of all, if you're getting such a huge inter-test variability just using the same devices, it means that when you're programming these things to act as hearing aids, what kind of response are you getting? Is it right? Is it accurate? According to this, I'd be getting way too much low frequency sound. The danger with that is, of course, low frequencies tends to make up the background noise, and so the whole purpose of these things is to reduce background noise, but actually, given the audiogram that this thinks I have, I'll be amplifying those low frequency sounds even more than I need them, thus amplifying the background noise even more. The other thing is, doing the hearing test with those domes really tightly in my ears was okay, but I wouldn't want to be wearing them for any given period of time. Never mind wearing them for the full day. It just wasn't comfortable. Once you apply those hearing test results, you can delve further into the app. And one thing that I really like is that it has preset programs to try and enhance your hearing and customize things a little bit more. With one press of the Hear Through button, the headphones go into their hearing mode. You have 3 preset programs on there. The boost mode, which seemed to boost anything, including background noise, and it wasn't particularly comfortable. The clear mode, this was definitely the most pleasant and clean of all the signals, and the quiet mode seemed to just feel like it was quite passive, so not actively adding any further sound. The app also gives you the ability to adjust the volume control using the various sliders, and you can do that independently for each ear. And it has an EQ, which has 10 bands, which allows you to do a bit of experimenting yourself. Not only that, but you can save any settings that you create as different programs. So if you found a way of enhancing the TV, for example, you can hit save, and that can be your TV mode, thus being able to access it really easily. The feedback manager did help to reduce the feedback when I put my hand close to my ear, although feedback wasn't really an issue with the gain that I had applied to those hearing aids. And then it was good to experiment with the noise reduction settings on the Olive Pros. Now, it gives you a couple of bands and you can turn the noise reduction settings up and down. And the only thing that I seemed to notice was the circuit noise of the Olive Pros actually disappearing. I tried this out with both an air conditioning unit and the Hoover with someone speaking at the same time, and I didn't really find any benefit. The challenge with any device that's trying to occlude background noise when it's not fully occluding your ears is that, of course, that background noise is still going in through your ear canals, and the hearing aids have no control over that sound whatsoever. And so you'll just hear the background noise normally, no matter how good the noise reduction settings are on these hearing aids. I really like the customizable tap control settings. You can tailor both the double tap and the single tap, and you can have it do a few different things, tailoring access to the hearing through features, both play or pause with music, skipping songs and increasing and decreasing the volume, or also activating your voice assistant. It's also possible to change the EQ for music reproduction. There are some predefined settings, or you can do it manually using 10 different EQ bands. This leads me nicely to talk about how I felt the music reproduction came through with the Olive Pro hearing aids. Now, I tested them out with both rock, electronic music and classical music, and there was a nice crispness to the sound, and like I described before, we had a good soundscape. However, in terms of the bass, it was flat, lacking and just completely underwhelming. Even when I adjusted the EQ, giving as much emphasis on the bass as possible, it's definitely less than I'd expect for $300 worth of headphones. Like I mentioned before, the challenge isn't necessarily to do with the headphones themselves, it's the style that they've chosen. And there's a bit of a compromise here, because what they're trying to avoid is occlusion for using them as hearing devices and the feeling that you've got your fingers stuck in your ears, but at the same time the compromise you make is you don't get any bass whatsoever. And it looks like we've got the worst of both worlds from that perspective, because whilst I've not got any bass in terms of music reproduction or sound, at the same time I was still suffering with occlusion, so even wearing the things I felt like I got my fingers stuck in my ears. Which, don't get me wrong, isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're using them as headphones, because you kind of expect it from that. But if we're using them as hearing devices, occlusion is one of the worst things because you just don't want to wear them for any given period of time. Your own voice gets trapped inside your head, and when you speak, again, it just feels like you've got your fingers stuck in your ears. I'm really excited about the legislation for new OTC devices, and there are loads of companies out there capturing the hearts of people, trying to get them to hear better in groups, in crowds and noisy listening situations. But I think that they're significantly underestimating the challenge at hand. We've got 6 big international researchers and laboratories that have been involved in the research and development of hearing aids for a long time, with huge budgets. And $2.1 million, in my eyes, just isn't going to crack it and not going to compete with the big dogs that are out there. I am, however, super excited for when the likes of Facebook, Apple and Google hearing aids come out, and they have their budgets to be able to do further R&D. And I think that they'll have an even bigger impact than some of these new players. If you want to see some further hands-on reviews of the Olive Pros, I'll put a link in the description to this video for the people that actually got them before they were released. And so that's it from me for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you want more like this, then subscribe and make sure you hit like.